Hey everybody, I'm Coach Tiffany. I help people finally heal their relationship with food and their body without using restriction. Today we're going to talk about overriding your body. So there's probably so many ways that you're doing this. How often do you ignore it when you're hungry? Or do you even know what it feels like when you're hungry? Do you wait until you get hit over the head with your hunger, right? Um, when you're thirsty, when you have to go to the bathroom, when you're working and you want to just push through and keep going, when you're in an uncomfortable situation or someone crosses a boundary, there's probably a zillion ways that you do this all day long, and most of us do. And there's a lot of reasons for that. This is because our systems of oppression encourage us to do this. I love the book Burnout by Emily and Amelia Nagoski. They talk about being a human giver versus being a human being, and this human giver syndrome and how it's tied up in all of these systems of oppression: patriarchy, capitalism, white supremacy, diet culture, ableism, right? All of these systems of oppression that want to keep you overworking, busy, ignoring yourself, feeling small and terrible so that you don't do anything that you really want to do, or so that you can't speak up about things or fight against any of the terrible things that are happening. So there are so many reasons for this. And the problem is that it takes us away from ourselves and keeps us anxious and preoccupied and kind of on this hamster wheel, rather than keeping us in a solid, grounded relationship with ourselves and our relationship with food in our body. So, in order to shift from being preoccupied around food in your body or being avoidant in that relationship, we need to move into secure attachment with ourselves. And that requires building connection and trust with yourself. That building of connection and trust is all about recognizing what's happening in my body. So, body attunement or tuning in, and what do I actually need here, and then honoring that need. So it might sound silly, but we are meant to be the person who cares for ourselves, right? So we really are meant to be our number one priority. And I did say number one and the priority, not a priority, because we're the only person who is in charge of taking care of us, right? And unless you're a little child, right? Then ideally you have a caregiver who's tuned into your needs. But once we grow up, it's just us. So we really need to build that connection and trust. And that happens in those small moments by knowing, understanding our needs and honoring them. One of the reasons that this is so hard to stop doing is around deserve. So recognizing, do I understand that my value and my worth is not tied to pleasing others, to checking things off my to-do list, to looking a certain way, right? All of these external measures of worth. And instead, my value and my worth is constant and inherent and non-negotiable. So making that shift, and you may need help from a therapist or a coach like me to start to untangle that deserve and replace it with that knowing that you do deserve it. Some of the other ways that we can start working on this is really increasing your awareness around how often am I doing this? We really want to make it pleasurable when we increase awareness around patterns and behaviors, or when we increase awareness around what's happening in our body. Because if every time you do that, you're like, oh, I did it again, I'm terrible, what's wrong with me? You're not going to want to have that awareness. Your brain's going to be like, we're sticking our head in the sand, la, 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 la. So instead, make it like a game. Get curious, get compassionate. Oh, I'm doing that. Interesting. What's happening? What's going on here? Make it like a fun road trip game or something. I don't know. Whatever game you like to play, try to gamify it. And really make it pleasurable. Reward yourself. Oh, good job. I did it. I noticed. That's awesome. And then slowly over time, you can start to shift that pattern. See if there's moments where you can actually give yourself what you're wanting in the moment, honoring that need and feeling really good about it, appreciating, like, I did it, even though this is challenging for me. You might feel silly about it, but it's actually really hard to resist all of this external pressure and listen to what your body wants. Take that break, take time for yourself, care for yourself in the way that feels good. So I hope this was helpful. We want to start building that connection and trust in those small moments. If you need support around this or your relationship with food in your body, if things feel out of control, or you just feel a lot of shame around food or shame around your body, this is something I can help you with. You can reach me by email at Tiffany at CoachTiffanyRN.com. That's RN like registered nurse.com. or on you can take my quiz on my website. It's coachtiffanyrn.com/quiz. All right, take care.